Hello, everyone. I want to talk a little more in detail about my EDC. Received a couple of messages about it, so here goes. Now, I'm not trying to turn this into a caliber war. I would not feel inadequate with 9mm at all. Matter of fact, I do have 9mm. All right. But however, I just prefer the stopping power of the 40 caliber. And I am launching a 40 caliber out of a 5-inch barrel. Now, why is my EDC a G35? Well, this is the same size as a 8 or 9 round 1911, but however, I get right out of the holster, I get 16 rounds of 40 caliber versus 8 or 9 rounds from a full size 1911. The next thing why I like 40, it does better against barriers such as windshield glass and especially human bone. 40 will tend to hit human bone and break it, or go right straight through. 9mm will tend to hit and stop or deflect. And it depends on what bullet weight. There are a lot of different bullet weights for the 9mm. I once said on a forum that the 9mm is load dependent, and someone said, oh boy, yeah. But it is. The 9mm is really load dependent. Right off subject, real quick, what I run in my 9mm with 4-inch to 4.5-inch barrels, I run a 115 grain plus B plus. 3.5 and under, I run a plus P, or like out of my SIG P365, which has a 3.01-inch barrel, I run a standard pressure 115 grain. It's flat shooting, and that's why I like it, but maybe I'll do another video on it. Right now, I'm running a 155 grain Spear Gold Dot. It's a bonded bullet, so it's going to go through barriers better because it's going to hold instead of shred jacket. And also, it may not penetrate as deep as a 165 or a 180, but however, it will hit very hard and it will tear tissue up or destroy tissue. Now, for you guys out there who are hunters, you mainly use a heavier bullet because you want to preserve the meat. So you may understand why I'm using a lighter bullet for the two-legged animals. One trick I want to share with you guys. Get yourself some white out and put right here on both sides because you never know when you might have to do a reload with your non-dominant hand. If you've ever been in a gunfight, a bad situation, you've had to pull that gun, or if you really had to put some rounds down range, and you get tunnel vision. It's just that simple. Now you see how that white, if I had to make a reload, you see how that white background looks? I can see that magwell a lot faster. It can really draw my eye to it. Hopefully you can see that and understand that little trick. All right. Another thing about my EDC, I run Frank Proctor Why Not sights. Probably won't be able to focus that in, but I have the red fiber optic. It also comes with a lime green fiber optic. I run Vickers parts. So this is the Vickers magazine catch. As you can see, it protrudes out a little bit. All right. Uh, brass stacker takedown lever. I don't know if you see that protrudes out a little bit. It's not like the Glock OEM part where it goes straight down. It tends to curve out this way. So you get a much better purchase when it comes time to take this weapon apart. Another thing I have is the Vickers magazine catch. All right. And also, I am running a 3.5 pound connector in here versus the 4.5 that it comes with. Get a nice little crisper, cleaner, smoother break. And also my magazines. I have the Vickers 4-plate. My magazines are numbered. All right. I also run a match grade barrel where I get at least 50 to 60 feet per second more out of training ammo. and my game time ammo. These 155 grain spear gold dots are listed at 1,200 feet per second. I'm getting a little bit more out of that, and in a bigger bullet, a heavier bullet. So, like I said, it does what it needs to do. Now, I didn't send my weapon in. I did this myself, and it might look like a toddler did it. Okay, I can get it. But I like my trigger guard to be rounded versus the traditional Glock trigger. I also took a Dremel tool and I did this part right here. Again, I'm not doing it to your weapon. I'm not doing this as a living. I did it to my weapon and it worked for me. Also, I took off the finger grooves too. I really like that. And what else on here? All right. Unfortunately, stand by. I'm going to show you how I'm running in here. Now, this is a Gen 4, but I have a brass stacker part in here. Let me show it to you. Just stand by. Okay, now instead of running the regular Gen 4 recoil system, in all my Glocks, I run steel guide rods in all of my Glocks. All right. And this piece right here, when you get it from Brass Stacker, you purchase this piece also, and it fits right up in there. And then, of course, it acts like a Gen 3, and it fits just like that. All right. So that's on the insides. So again, thank you for looking at my channel, guys. I'm going to put some pistol exercises on and so forth. Be looking for them. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do it. I got some little indoor stuff that I did that I'll put up. But really, my main thing is what I want you to do is get to a lot of people don't have the money to train. So I'm going to show you what I've learned because I've been trained by some of the very best in the business. Again, I'm going to show you what I learned, and hopefully you'll be a better shooter after you look at some of my videos. All right? Everybody be safe.